art's been a sanctuary of mine since the first grade.
Nice.
Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, I don't know, consciousness and awareness of people with a mindset that's a little bit different.
Less internet.
There's a lot less awareness.
Yeah.
I know that the teachers and my parents were trying to figure out, like, where does he fit in? And maybe a lot of the injuries to my own self were in trying to fit in.
Welcome to the Hidden City Podcast. I'm Grant.
And I'm Doug, and we're here to share some of the incredible stories and people from Oak Cliff that you might not know.
We're going to sit down with some of the visionaries, craftsmen, and business owners who have shaped Oak Cliff into what it is today.
Oak Cliff is on the south bank of the Trinity River, a few miles south of downtown Dallas. While technically it was part of Dallas, it was its own city for a long time, and it still has that independent spirit.
We'll dive into the history and the spirit of this place, exploring the different challenges and successes that defined it.
This is The Hidden City, a podcast about the people and the stories that make Oak Cliff extraordinary. All right, welcome to this episode of the Hidden City Podcast. Today, I am very excited to have a good friend on the show, Sean Springer. He is the founder of Springer Design Studios, an urban lumberjack, an artisan, a craftsman, a neighbor here at Tyler Station, and a good friend. Sean, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, it's my pleasure.
Awesome, man. Well, Sean, okay, we've known each other for a while, known your work. When we're kind of walking people around Tyler Station, it's always fun stopping by your workshop downstairs. Can you kind of tell people what is it you do? What is an urban jacker?
I jack trees.
Nice.
Locally.
Tell us. Yeah.
Let's see. When I moved to Dallas 16, 17 years ago, I needed to make some decisions like, what am I doing here?
Yeah.
And noticing logs on the side of the street was my opportunity to be like, oh yeah, I like this material and it's free. So I quickly learned how to turn trash into gold by making chopsticks, making bowls, getting to know people and using, finding spaces that were within the residential urban infrastructure, like garages.
Nice.
So yeah, I literally started like a garage band, kind of like making dust in the driveway and making noise and being told to keep it down.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome. Also, I forgot to shout out, we have Savannah on the show today. Grant is out traveling. I know. So she's joining the Hidden City team for this, which is exciting. So, okay, so you moved from New York, right?
Yeah.
Down here. And then you started noticing this stuff, started building products, just kind of refining your craft. You talk about body craft and kind of healing in your work. What does that mean?
I think that using the body to make something, you quickly can fall into the trap of overworking, overusing myself, you, me, I. And so over the years, even in my college years in the Rhode Island School of Design, I was majoring in sculpture and doing this similar thing. I was expected to make a certain project, but felt more comfort and secure safety in this material I could pull off the side of the street. And I made myself a mallet that was a bit too heavy and started to enjoy the sensations of pain of at least I'm making something. I might not be doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm doing what I want to be doing. And in that, I injured my shoulder. It got tighter and tighter and tighter, but that was also an opportunity to learn how to heal, and it took me over a decade to discover that.
Man, that's crazy. So okay, for people who don't know some of your work, describe like what it is that you create, kind of currently today. Like, what are some of the objects that you're making?
Well, in responding to needs of others, I find myself using a design mind to fulfill those needs. Like for you needed a stair.
I know. That's kind of fun to share. I was gonna bring that up at some point, but I mean, you've had your work in different restaurants and different like
Wax
places.
space.
Wax
Okay,
space. Yes.
Yeah. So well, I mean, like part of my dream when I moved to Dallas was walking up and down Main Street. I was like, I have aspirations here because I look into the windows of restaurants and stores and like, well, what I could do would fit in here. What I do would fit in here. So the universe works in a weird way that it will throw you those opportunities and you can take them or leave them. I found myself working closely with Tristan Simon at the time, who was working for the Jewel. So I found that now, well, I mean, you could find my work now today at like the Jewel and CBD Provisions, if it's still called that. I got one piece in there and a set of stools to go with that table. So it's like I could check that off the list of aspirations and then keep my ears open for the next demand or request. Also found myself at the Fairmont Hotel, and they gave me a 3-month residency where I could do whatever I want to do, as long as I do it in their basement. And there was a window there, and I felt kind of like on display in a zoo, a little bear in the cage, and people would walk by and like
And you're like
be all curious. And,
you're like working on objects.
Just on
I'm
display.
like,
That's fun.
yeah. And there was a little corner I could like hide behind
Yeah.
and then come out and make stuff.
Dude, that's weird.
Put on
Yeah.
a performance, yeah.
Yeah, I came up with a chair design there, I call it the Lancaster, and it's just kind of an unusual looking thing that most people say you would think it's uncomfortable, but it's actually surprisingly comfortable. There's like 2 spokes that go up on either side of the spine, and a flat leather seat. It's kind of a mid-mod aesthetic, Danish modern.
That's cool. I wanted to circle back. You said you went to Rhode Island School of Design, but I'm curious how you started into woodworking and how like that's become such an art form, and you're a craftsman and you've been in Dallas for a long time. But I'm curious where that started for you.
So RISD's got a lot of departments to choose from, and I felt with industrial design where you're doing products and the ambiance in that building was like incredible with the amount of tools they had and the seriousness that they treated their craft and their learning. But I would get like sweaty with nerves walking into that. And then the architecture department, I would get this feeling of like, maybe I'm not worthy to be here. There's a lineage in my family of architecture and engineering. And it was almost like, maybe I don't think I can live up to that kind of pressure. Yeah. And in the sculpture department, it was much more artsy, like bohemian, kind of a lot of trial and error. And they present you with a wood shop, a foundry, ceramics and glass, and you can tinker, you can play as long as it's safe to do so.
Dude, that's cool. I love that environment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Feels like we got like a tiny little bit of
this
that.
tiny little department, I think there was like 12 of us.
Wow.
And it was it was a very emotional experience. Kind of the mod squad of design students, art students. And the pressure there was also to like be creative and looking back, I could see a lot of like ADHD symptoms that crept up out of stress, anxiety, and just being young.
Dude, that's interesting. I like I feel like you're collaborative in a way, and that probably comes up in some of that too. But you're also like highly focused on like your craft. Like we mentioned, I have the opportunity to hire you and work with you to do our staircase at our new house, and it's been cool seeing you throughout that process. Like I was telling our general contractor, I was like, look at this video of Sean like hand doing these like spindles, or like the way you're doing this, and his mind was blown.
Yeah.
But it's cool seeing how dedicated you are, but also the experiences you've kind of like acquired, I would say, almost over time. Is that a good way to say it with your craft? Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Like a snowball. Sometimes it just gets crushed and then it recreates in, maybe more of an avalanche.
Yeah.
Of experiences.
Yeah.
I mean, art's been a sanctuary of mine since the first grade.
Nice.
Growing up in the 80s and the 90s, I don't know, consciousness and awareness of people with a mindset that's a little bit different.
Less internet.
Yeah. There's a lot less awareness.
Yeah.
I know that the teachers and my parents were trying to figure out, like, where does he fit in? And maybe a lot of the injuries to my own self were in trying to fit in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do feel like you could, I think when you hear like, hey, he makes furniture, he makes like objects with wood, like it can feel almost like, oh, he's a cabinet maker or any of these things. Like, no, it's like there's an artfulness. Like when I walk by your workshop, I'm always kind of like, there's an elevated aspect to it in my mind that comes from you allowing yourself to be creative. And so, dude, it's always fun getting to see what you make, man. It's like I'm getting to see Sean's mind in a 3D object.
Yeah, I don't know if you follow the stars or like the astrology or any of the woohoo stuff, but
I'm in tune with the moon, dude.
You're in tune with the moon.
Yeah, the moon. It's fun. The kids have been asking about it too. Just like, I mean, dude, okay, here we'll go on a little tangent on modern man. But no, we used to know so much more about the natural world, I feel like, and the moon's been a fun conversation with the kids because they're like, okay, is it a half moon? Is it full moon? Is it new moon? Is it waning? Is it waxing? And we're just like trying to observe it more and more. Even the other day, some cardinals made a nest in our backyard, and like the kids are kind of just like, okay, so there's like little like eggs and birds coming soon, or like some of this, you're like, this is kind of fun thinking that way again. But yeah, what brings?
What I was going with the stars is that like I will check in with what's happening in the stars, and right now there's just major shifts going on for me as a Taurus and my birthday, but this is like the beginning of like a 7-year journey for me to really hone in on the broad knowledge that I've acquired, and it's time that I can really focus in on a direction.
Dude,
so maybe part of walking by my studio and being like, well, he does cabinets, he does front tables, he does chopsticks,
he's refining frames. Is that kind of what you're saying?
Like, yeah, there's a refinement happening in having a lot to do with fatherhood.
I was about to say the stars probably have a lot to do with it, but maybe even more so fatherhood.
Yeah, fatherhood.
I do. That's something
the moon is so important. Like I showed my baby the moon once, and now every time we go out there, she points to the same spot.
Yeah,
and I've been commenting on this month. I haven't seen the moon once. Every time I go out there, it's hidden.
Yeah, but what I was saying is like I do feel like it's a gift, fatherhood, and also like a challenge and responsibility. I feel like I've seen you as a friend, kind of like, all right, Sean now has a kid. And he's now carrying, not just for Sean and his significant other, but for like a human. It's been cool seeing you kind of have that focus. And do you feel that struggle, that focus, that like intentionality maybe sharpening during this process? Or what's it like? What's that like, man?
I would say at first it was terrifying.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now it's like a real pleasure.
Yeah.
I can speak to my experience last night.
Yeah.
I like to take the family to Jack of All
Nice.
and get
Yeah.
some food
and
and
beer.
hopefully some live music because
Yeah.
my baby loves to dance.
Awesome.
She loves music, and even if it's just a new sound. So I went for 3 walks outside of Jack of All and to listen to the carbonation truck that was parked behind Tova.
Yeah.
So it's just like we'd walk down there. She'd give a high five to Amy,
Mm-hmm.
and then we would walk and just stare at the truck and be like, and she'd go, da,
Yeah.
da.
Oh, dude, they
And then we
observe so much.
and then we
It's
walk
crazy.
around to Revelers Hall, and she stops in front of the open door, and saxophone starts playing.
Yeah.
And she got the rhythm of the hips,
Yeah.
and she gets this headbang,
Yeah.
and she's just turning around and doing her dance.
Yeah.
And then
Amazing.
there's Jason Roberts, and like give him a wave,
Yeah.
and he's just like,
You know the
Yes.
neighborhood a little bit.
Yeah.
so much
Yeah.
about it. Yeah.
yeah,
So special.
Yeah.
a lot of history.
Dude, it's great, man. And it's fun. I think music with kids is fun too. Cause like Simeon will always be like, "You feel the beat, Dad?" I'm like, "Yeah, I feel the beat."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Yeah, I feel it." And he tries to move his hips too. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's I got a book called it's like a dancing book
Okay.
from one of those public or those community library.
Oh, nice.
those-
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's just like I read this book with my daughter. It's like, you got the rhythm of the game?
Yeah.
Yeah. And she goes, yeah.
Yeah.
You got the rhythm of the hands?
Nice.
Snap.
Dude, let's go.
And she just does this.
Yeah.
Can't really snap, but she knows how to stomp.
Yeah.
She knows how to wiggle her hips. She knows how to shake her head. And yeah, we're just having
This
fun.
episode's gonna
It's an
be all about our
embodiment.
kids, Sean.
I love it.
mean, I know. Well, I feel like they've given you like, or your baby's giving you like eyes again to like see the world in maybe a different way. And
Yeah.
it's there's like the responsibility side that's like sharpens you, but also like there's that playful side that you're like, okay, this is. I know I see that with my kids too. It's just like, man, this is so cool getting to like hear how you're thinking because this is wild, like or like some of that. So
Yeah. Well, yeah, part of being an artist is experiencing the world and being alone for a long period of time in a little cage in a dungeon. The thoughts can get more and more isolated,
Yeah.
and being isolated is a dangerous place to be.
Yeah, for sure.
But then witnessing birth, and sitting in the discomfort, aspiring to be better is a big part of staying alive and the finding the reason to be. Coming from a place of like, I don't have it in me anymore.
Yeah.
Again, body and healing is like, there was a good amount of time, years, that I was in too much pain to lift a piece of wood. I could not understand how the focus in my mind could be so distracted, even coming back to a place that I've worked so hard to create. Yeah. So moving the body has become one of my places or methods, modalities to heal.
You talked about being down in the dungeon. We kind of lovingly refer to that ground story of Tyler Station. But you're in close proximity to so many makers. And I just wonder how that plays into kind of your work, repurposing old materials. The building of Tyler Station is an old building that we've kind of repurposed and all kind of made together. So I just wonder like what inspiration, or if any, you take from where your shop is currently.
Well, it checks all the boxes in terms of like, it's got the electricity
Sure.
to run,
It's got
to
the
run the
basics.
Utilities,
Yeah.
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 it's got the vibration, the the freedom to make noise.
I feel like you got some
It's
good neighbors too. down
Neighbors
there.
are an incredible part of it.
Yeah.
And there was a time first showing up that my expectations of myself were so high that I could do this all on my own, and that mentality probably shut me out of a lot of opportunities to collaborate. But opening up to like I can't get through this alone, and I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Has opened me up to more collaboration, more acts of kindness and generosity that will come back tenfold in the future.
It's got to feel like a little taste of that college you were in, a little bit, where people were together in some kind of area, and it's like, all right, have fun down here with the 3D printers and CNC routers and all the little things in Tyler Station.
Yeah.
But like, don't hurt yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
There's got to be a little bit of that. I think that's kind of feels special, at least from the outside looking in. So.
Yeah. There's it's kind of like having craftsmen around, having other people that make stuff, and knowing the world from that perspective is tribal.
Man, that's I feel like there's an age to what you're saying, like a cosmic kind of like embodied kind of thing that's happening with your craft. Why wood? Like, tell me, why are you drawn to it? You've dedicated so much of your life to this material.
It's so relatable.
Okay, go.
It's warm to the touch. It used to be living. It's wood. It used to be a tree. You can't really call it wood or lumber until it's been processed, cared for. When I go to the lumber yard and talk to the owner of Harwood Lumber, like he speaks to his sticks as kind of orphans or like living entities that just need a place to be, because they're all a little bit different, but they stacked and categorized as one and the same. And so a stick of wood could be portioned, reportioned, or used as a whole thing. And it has like reflections of humanity in it. There's a circulation system. I dare say there's a nervous system. There's a spirituality to it. And to honor a tree from where it comes from is part of like this holistic way of artisanship and craftsmanship. I've been to George Nakashima's compound a few times in New Hope, New Jersey, and to see what he created really inspired me. And his book, The Soul of a Tree, really speaks to the natural qualities of wood, but also like the meaning that is created in transforming something that was living into something that is useful and artful and resonates with a lifestyle.
Dude, you could just keep going. I'd
Yeah,
listen.
it's amazing.
Keep going.
Yeah.
No, I can listen to that. Man, okay, so I feel like that material, obviously you've spent years working with it.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that's been surprising with it, or like parts of that material that you're just like, okay, this was way harder than I thought, or this was heavier? I don't know. Like what would have been some like happy surprises too?
Yeah, every species of wood has its own density, its own specific weight. Learning the physics of using my body in the right way, it's all about leverage and grounding it. And what's been surprising is the mental load of of meeting expectations of myself and clients, and what's been, interesting to learn is like toxicity levels of some woods versus, like, do I feel safe to use this wood day in, day out? And
hopefully white oak's okay.
white oak
That's
is
what
pretty.
that's what we
White
went
oak
with.
is pretty dang good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna be rubbing that every day
Yeah,
on the stairwell.
there's certain woods to really
Yeah.
look out for, like Ipe and
Yeah.
some like leopard wood I've been messing around with lately. Is known to be a little bit more irritating to the skin, but
Fascinating.
there's exotics and like teak and bubinga. I rarely use, but because they're so precious, so expensive.
Fascinating.
Teak needs to be taken down with an elephant.
What?
It's just the way.
Okay.
It has to do with the region that they're grown, the teak trees. It's like to drag. You can only get, I don't know. If you could buy a huge piece of equipment or raise an elephant,
I'll take the elephant.
Right.
take an elephant.
That's amazing.
Man, that's awesome. Yeah, I feel like hearing all the different types of like materials that you're using, how to work with those. What are some of the most common objects you're making? Just so people have an idea of like, hey, I know you have if people go to their website, it's gorgeous. You've like gone, you can see all the projects that Sean's made for restaurants, for residential. But like, what are some of the things that you're producing for people? And do you have any favorites that you've ever made?
Yeah, I am developing a line of home goods for kind of health and wellness. Been really zeroing in on the feet and the spine and the fascia. So acupressure boards that could be in an office, that could be in a spa, it could be in a hotel, kind of angling myself to do some business to business deals to create a really inviting surface for the feet to walk on or the body to lay on. In my own exploration of self-massage, I've learned that it could be a lot of work just to do it with your own hands. So I've developed some.
What do you got with you? Do you have a piece?
I have a piece that kind of feels like a pistol, so it's fun with the kids to make little.
Yeah. It's like a toy. Yeah.
And also it's like a spinner.
Yeah.
So
Kind of
Fidget spinner, yeah.
and it's just hangs and looks nice in the home. Sorry, I just did that.
Oh, you're good.
You're good.
Yeah, it's a shape, right? It's got its own boundaries, and it's
Is it used for massage
got
interior, or is it?
got no name, but it's being inspired by the ancient Romans, and their muscle scrapers and their sweat scrapers. Their champions would be like scraped by, I don't know,
Whoever.
a horde of naked women, and there's just value to like helping the lymphatic system, helping the muscular system, so that movement becomes more easeful. So I'm just been working with the ergonomics of what it feels like to hold a piece that can relieve a lot of the stress of the working hands, and discovering new markets for self-care products that are handmade and have to be handmade.
Yeah,
The wood- the
you
wood-
can't 3D print this.
Right.
You can't 3D print it.
Yeah.
You can CNC it to a degree. Still needs to be finished and refined by hand.
Right.
During COVID, I watched a lot of like Forged in Fire, and that was like metalsmithing.
Nice. Okay.
A lot of the processes that I use to shape this are like in a knife, what you would do in knife making. It's very refined curves, and if it's going to be touching the body, it needs to have just the right angles and curves, and smoothness.
Dude, that's cool. I like
Amazing.
it. Well, man, I feel like your place is kind of where you've been has influenced a lot of like kind of who you are in your work and stuff. So at you call it Richmond School of Design? Is that or no?
The Rhode Island
Rhode Island School of Design, Hudson Valley, now here in Oak Cliff. Like, what are things that inspire you about your place that you've kind of like brought in into what you do, and does that seep through in kind of not just your work but your life?
Yeah, places I've been and that I've brought into my shop are like temples from China.
Okay.
In high school and early years in college, I made a few visits to see some extended family in China. One of them is a really well-known sculptor, does public commissions of like bronze statues of Mao Zedong.
Wow.
Dude, so there's a picture
crazy.
of me as a teenager next to my uncle and a huge sculpture of Mao.
Dude,
Wow.
that's
And that my family took me to a lot of the sites, the nature parks, the temples, the cities, the mountains, parts of the Silk Trail.
way to go, family. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's a blessing to have a connection on another part of the planet with such an ancient heritage and culture. So in my shop downstairs, you'll see all these columns are painted red. That was me looking to call in some of those temples.
Yeah, you're inspired by a place and a region, and
Yeah.
that comes to your mind when you're thinking about that stuff. It's awesome. Cool. Okay, I want to know the answer. Do you have a favorite piece or an object you've ever made?
This thing, I carry it with
that
me
is
Amazing.
that is okay. That's
every
awesome.
day. It just fits in my waistband and
It's with you
gives
constantly.
me some. Yeah, it's with me constantly. Take it into the bathroom before and after the shower.
That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, like Sean, what as you're kind of thinking about the next chapter and what you're doing, what's inspiring you? What makes you feel alive? Is it a lot of this like body kind of like health kind of work with sculptural art as well, or what's kind of like when you're thinking about, man, I'm excited to get this going? What's up? What's in your mind?
Yeah, it's the collection of tools for people that help them ground and relax and heal. I think there's a simplicity to product design, and there's a complexity and layers of meaning behind them that could be repeated, explored, and not have to be over explained. I like the things that you can walk on. You don't have to be so careful of like if it gets dirty or if it's finished to a highest polished degree. Kind of adjusting the level of expectation in myself or in the creation of something that is still worth more than the money you pay for it.
Dude, that's awesome. That's awesome, man. Well, dude, thanks for being on the show, and also on your birthday.
Happy birthday, Sean.
Happy birthday, Sean. It's an honor, man. I love being in the building with you, and I know Savannah and I just are always. It's fun getting to walk by, see what you're doing in the workshop. So, dude, thanks for being here. How can people find your work, get to know you, stay connected in some ways? What's a good way to do that?
I have a great website that was designed here in Waxspace by
dude.
the Bradford sisters.
Yes.
Amazing.
That's springerdesignstudio.com. I also have a weird Instagram that is rarely updated, but it's called Shanumananda_DS.
Nice. Okay.
And I have a Facebook business page that is Springer Design Studio _Fine Woodworking.
Dude, that's
Amazing.
Awesome. Well, thanks for being on the show, Sean.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it. Hey, thanks for tuning in to this episode of The Hidden City. We hope you discovered something about Oak Cliff that you didn't know. If you enjoyed the show, I hope you subscribe to it on YouTube and then follow us on any of the podcasting platforms. Also, if you enjoyed it, please share with a friend. And thanks so much for tuning in.